someone who's, I imagine Mitch isn't coming back from the way he spoke the other day. Is Fraser any chance of playing?
I'm not sure. Yeah, Mitch is most likely out. Frazier, I'm not sure. I think he's maybe the correct term would be doubtful.
What does he need to do from a health perspective to get himself right at the moment? Has he done enough from a training perspective to be in contention?
Um, I don't know. I don't know what Josh is thinking. I just like I said before, I just wake up and see who's available and then go forward. So today he wasn't available. So probably if the Integrity Council hadn't have told me I couldn't bet on basketball, I would probably bet against him playing. But you never know.
So it's a very different looking team than the last time we played Melbourne, isn't it? Like, how does that change the way you have to prepare for them? Given that a lot of the Mitch was fantastic, Fraser did a couple of really good things.
Yeah.
Didn't have Hodgson. How does that change your preparation?
Um, I think just our recent play has changed our preparation a little bit. Just trying to simplify things a little bit. Hopefully, the guys can think less and play more. In terms of it's hard to really go all out and fly around when you're worried about what your coverage is supposed to be or what the rule is. So hopefully, we can err on the side of playing hard, flying around, competing, because that's what Melbourne does the best. They're rebounding, they're running, they're in your face, they're pressuring, they're giving multiple efforts. Very, very commendable style of play, and if we don't at least try to match that, we're going to be have one foot in the grave starting the night.
So had you implemented a lot of new rules recently and different structures? Was that in their head a bit too much?
Maybe I don't know. To be honest, I just felt like over the course of the season, you start with a base system, and then you make little tweaks as you get different opponents for what their strengths are, and then all that stuff kind of adds up, and you're playing teams over and over again. But then you're also leaving them for a bit and coming back. So I just felt like perhaps there was a little too much thinking and not enough effort playing around, playing free. We have some pretty good players, and I don't want to be bogging them down with overthinking and want them just to be able to play free and do what they do best.
Was it helped having that big gap now to analyse what you and come up with an answer to what the problem might have been, rather than guesswork on one day sort of analogy and then going and not as many meetings and things like that where you can come up with a definitive answer?
Well, I think the break helped. I don't know if the adjustments are the right ones. I actually saw someone said after the last loss that they're fed up with the coach because he didn't make any adjustments. That's actually false. We made lots of adjustments. They just all were wrong. So he has a right to be fed up, but just didn't have the right angle on it. So, yeah, we'll find out, I guess. I think the guys feel good. I think they feel like they can go play. They're not overthinking things. But again, like, it's one thing to feel good on a light practice day. It's another thing to be out there against another hungry team who's dropped two straight and is going to be coming in here fired up to get back on the winning track. So we'll see how things go when the ball goes up.
Has been a weird week of results. Like it's hard to know what it does for any team at the moment with the way the ladder sort of looks. Have you looked at it and gone, there's a bit going on at the moment?
Yeah, it's hard. I mean, I try not to look at it too much. I've kind of tried to block out a lot of the stuff and just focus on who we're playing against and locking in on that film and not worrying about stuff that we can't control because it just drives you nuts when you get too locked in on it. So I know, I guess you could say that some of the results have helped us, but by the end of the season, maybe those were the ones that hurt us. You never know who's going to be there in the end. So we'll just do our best to compete, play our best. Hopefully we can get a couple more wins and sneak in, and then obviously our first goal is to make the finals, but then I think it doesn't really matter. You can't play the seeding game. You just got to get in, be as healthy as you can, be playing as well as you can, and whatever team checks off those two boxes will probably be the team to beat.
And everyone's talking about the fact you've got the two imports scenarios at the moment on court. What can you tell us about where that sits from your knowledge?
Well, from my knowledge, if Mike isn't able to play tomorrow, we're playing with two imports. So we have Vic and Bryce as our imports, and that's who we're going with. It's been nice to have John in practice because he brings a lot of intensity, and just nice to have some extra bodies because we've been banged up. So I think yesterday was the first day we had 13 for I can't remember how long. So yeah, just nice to have fresh bodies in practice that raise the intensity, and I think the spirit of the team has been pretty good this week. So whatever distractions people are trying to make of it, it hasn't really been one this week anyway.